My name is Pierre Sawaya, and I am the Undergrounding Project Manager at the City of Laguna Beach Public Works Department. I will be providing an informational overview of a new utility undergrounding project proposed at Coast Highway between Cajon Street and Agate Street in the city. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are unable to hold in-person public workshops at this time. I hope you will find the following presentation informative as we begin taking concrete steps to starting this project. The utility undergrounding project is located at Coast Highway between Cajon Street and Agate Street, as shown in black on this boundary map. This is one of the few remaining stretches of Coast Highway where utility poles and overhead wires currently exist and which the city plans to remove and underground. The map on this slide shows the utility poles that the city anticipates will be removed by this project. Most of the existing overhead electric utilities cross Coast Highway. The poles shown as red dots are the 36 poles planned for removal. The green dots on the map signify the riser poles where the overhead to underground transitions for utility wires take place. The green dots are roughly shown for planning purposes at this time. As you can see, the black boundary extends up multiple cross streets to show the limits of the proposed undergrounding project to these riser poles. We propose to underground all the utility poles and associated overhead wires, including streetlight wiring, within the limits of the project boundary. This undergrounding initiative is consistent with the city's approved wildfire mitigation and fire safety report previously adopted by the City Council. Coast Highway is identified as a primary evacuation route in the city. The removal of utility poles and overhead wires will reduce the chance that wires or poles might obstruct the evacuation route during an emergency. Any properties which currently receive electric, cable TV, or telephone services from the poles and overhead wires that will be removed by this project will receive new underground connections on private property at no cost to the property owner. All of the project is being constructed at no cost to the property owners. The city will also remove the existing streetlights within the project boundary and install new ornamental streetlights. The aesthetic design for these new streetlights will go through a public design review process with the city's planning commission. This process will begin soon since the city is already in the design phase of another utility undergrounding project located at Coast Highway between Agate Street and Arch Street. Our goal is to have the ornamental streetlight approved and ready to go when we begin the streetlight design for this project. Funding for this project is provided by the purchase of Rule 20A credits from other cities. What are Rule 20A credits? They are credits held in the city's account balance at Southern California Edison for the purpose of undergrounding utilities. The California Public Utilities Commission adopted the Rule 20A program so that funds are allocated toward undergrounding projects by local communities. The allocations are too small to create meaningful projects. Therefore, the City of Laguna Beach has purchased approximately $14 million in Rule 20A credits at 55 cents per dollar from surrounding cities. The funding for the new ornamental streetlight design and construction will come from the city's street lighting fund. As previously stated, the undergrounding work and any private property connections will be constructed at no cost to the property owner. The preliminary cost estimate for this project totals approximately $7 million. $4.4 million of the Rule 28 credits will be applied to the utility undergrounding work, while $2.6 million will be expended for the streetlight design and construction. City staff will present this project to the City Council on September 22nd to consider adopting a resolution to establish the underground utility district. If the City Council adopts the resolution, the design phase of the project will kick off. We anticipate that the design phase to last approximately 18 months, which is when the utility companies develop their construction drawings. During this phase, residents will have the opportunity to review the project and participate in the public hearings at the Planning Commission. After that, construction is anticipated to last 24 months, followed by the removal of the overhead utilities, which could take approximately 6 months. The city anticipates the project to be completed by August 2024. Property owners are invited to participate in the Planning Commission design review process for this project. The design review process is required for the project's proposed above-ground structures such as transformers, meter cabinets, and streetlights. This information is presented to the Planning Commission for discussion and approval. Property owners within 300 feet and tenants within 100 feet of the project will receive a notice of the Planning Commission meeting by mail. The aesthetic design for the new ornamental streetlights will likely be vetted during the design review for the other Coast Highway utility undergrounding project located between Agate Street and Arch Street, which is currently in the final design phase. Project owners are welcome to participate in that process as well. The city requests that property owners allow inspections on your properties for the design of the private connections to the new underground system. Representatives from the utility companies, in addition to city staff, will conduct periodic job walks at and around properties to develop the designs. When construction begins, all property owners are asked to tolerate the traffic impacts on Coast Highway and at cross streets as the digging begins. Construction of improvements on your property, such as electric conduits, phone and cable conduits, electrical connections, and the replacement of landscaping, hardscaping, may be necessary. The city asks that you allow such improvements in order to complete the work. Looking forward, property owners are welcome to ask any project-related questions to city staff, who will answer these questions either by phone or email. You will soon receive a notice for public meeting, which is scheduled for September 22, 2020. At this meeting, the City Council will consider adopting a resolution to form the underground utility district. Property owners within 300 feet and tenants within 100 feet of Coast Highway within the project limits will receive a notice for this meeting by mail. If the City Council adopts the resolution, the design will begin. Again, this design phase will take approximately 18 months to complete. Once the design is complete, the Planning Commission design review process will take place with your public participation. Notices for this meeting will be sent out in a similar fashion as a public meeting notice. Due to restrictions on large in-person gatherings because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we will not be holding informal public workshops at this time. However, we are always available to answer any project-related questions by phone or email during the course of the project. Our contact information is listed on this presentation and is available on the city website. Thank you for tuning in to this informational overview of the Coast Highway Utility Undergrounding Project.